Kahele is introducing a bill that would make it easier for Native Hawaiian families to keep their homes. Representative Kahele joins us now from D.C. Good morning, Representative. Let's start with this, Congressman. The nuts and bolts. What would this bill do?
Aloha kakahiaka Hawaii and mahalo, Steve, for the opportunity. So this bill, which I introduced on Friday, the 100th anniversary of the signing of the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act, is called the Prince Jonah Kūhiō Kalaniana Ole Protecting Family Legacies Act. It is House Joint Resolution number 55, and what the bill will do, or what the resolution will do, is to, I guess, accept or consent to the 2017 Hawaii State Legislature passed and Governor-IGE enacted Act 80, which will lower the 25% successorship blood quantum to 1/32, which advances, Steve, the original draft, intent, and vision of Prince Jonah Kūhiō Kalaniana Ole over 100 years ago.
Yeah, that's huge, and it's going to help a lot of families. So from 1/4 to 1/32. Congressman, this has been an issue for years. How big an impact do you think this can have, and how big a relief for a number of Native Hawaiian families?
Well, the blood quantum issue was always a major issue, a poison pill put into the original Hawaiian Homes Commission Act. Prince Kūhiō never intended it to be 50% or 100% or 25%. His original intent was 1/32. What will this allow is people that currently have leases today, which can have leases up to 99 years or 199 years, can make sure that those leases stay in their family. They can pass them to their successors, their son, their daughter, their direct successors. So it's going to keep these lands and these leases within those families, and that's very important as we continue to put people on the land. Yeah. How we address the 28,000 people on the wait list is another issue that we need to address here in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, and from our understanding, as much as local lawmakers wanted to address it, and they did in their part, it had to be done through Congress. And this is something very specific to us here in Hawaii. How do you sell this to the rest of your colleagues who may not understand the importance of this issue?
Well, this compact, this agreement, Steve, was part of the congressional action in 1959 through the Admissions Act to allow Hawaii into the union. So part of that responsibility for the administration of the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act rests on behalf of the state of Hawaii through the Department of Hawaiian Homelands. For myself, it's part of educating other members of Congress on the Natural Resources Committee here in the U.S. House and working together with our senators to make sure that they know that this is the most important issue for Native Hawaiian homestead beneficiaries and those on the wait list today. This is one of the most important issues for me in the 117th Congress, and as we continue to advance Native Hawaiian issues at the federal level.
And if and when it is passed, how soon does it go into effect?
It goes into effect immediately. So as soon as the House passes it, it'll go to the Senate. If the Senate passes it, it'll go to the President for signature, and then the Department of Hawaiian Homelands can immediately begin the transfer of these leases to successors upon the passing of the lessee, provided that successor has 1/32 Native Hawaiian blood quantum.
Okay. Hey, while we have you, Congressman, we want to talk COVID. Governor-IGE says that despite the slowing vaccination rate, he's not going to drop restrictions until we get to 70%. Other states have fully opened. Should we?
You know, that's a decision for Governor-IGE and for the Department of Health and Lieutenant Governor Green. You know, it's trying to strike a balance between allowing tourism and allowing things to get back to normal in Hawaii, but we also have to be very mindful of the Delta variant and of the unfortunate, in some cases, lack of vaccinations throughout the state of Hawaii. I think what we can do as a population to help Governor-IGE and help us get to that 70% vaccination rate is to get vaccinated. There's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't get vaccinated, and I would encourage everyone to do so, especially as we get to the first week in August when kids start going back to school, when the Department of Education starts to reopen our public schools. It's really important to get vaccinated. We see people that are getting COVID, that are being affected by the Delta variant, are those that have not been vaccinated. So this myth about the vaccinations are not safe, they're not tested, is just not true. Get vaccinated. and you can help the state reopen and help Governor Ige get us to that point.
Yep. Congressman Kahele joining us right here on Sunrise. Thank you, sir.